I've been sitting on this story time for a minute. So here it goes. Part one of how I fell in love with the Lion King.
Not the Lion King.
Earlier this year, I went to Alabama for work and I met this man in the airport.
Okay.
We kind of made eye contact when I was getting my rental car the first time because I had to exchange the rental cars. The first car they gave me was small. They tried to give me some little hatchback car and I was like, no. So I went back in there to get another car, and as I'm going in to get the other car, he's the only person that's like at the little counter. So I'm like, yo, can you help me? And he was like, nah, I can't help you, but I can get the people. So I get my rental car, I go out to the parking garage, and then as I'm about to start putting my bags in my car, he comes around the corner and he's like, excuse me. And I was like, what's up? You came to help me put my bags in my car or something? He giggles or whatever. He like, yeah, I'll help you put your bags in your car. So he puts my bags in the car, and then of course he introduced himself. So we're chopping it up. He's asking me like where I'm coming from, why I'm coming, like, you know, why I'm traveling to Alabama or whatever, how long I'm gonna be there, da-da-da-da-da. Then he obviously is like, you know, I think you're very beautiful, and I'm just wondering if we can exchange numbers and maybe get to know each other while you're here. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. I gave him my number. We exchanged numbers. I leave. So we're texting for a couple of days. Conversation is A1. Let me tell you something about this man. This man might be a motherfucking liar, but the man can hold a conversation. And if you are a single woman in 2024 and you are dating or you're trying to date or you have people trying to talk to you, you already know. Men cannot fucking hold a conversation. They have nothing to talk about. They're not interesting. They're boring as fuck. They just have nothing to say. This man right here can hold a conversation. We were having good conversation for days. I'm talking like on the phone, on FaceTime, text messages. Like, the conversation was top tier. So as we're getting to know each other, he tells me that he's 28 years old, no kids, never been married. You already know. I'm like, yes, period. I hit the jackpot. He did tell me that he was previously engaged to his ex-fiance, and he kind of told me like the rundown with their whole relationship. He told me that he was adopted. I don't remember the exact age he said he was adopted at, but he did tell me that he was adopted. That's important. Remember that. So after a couple of days of just like talking on the phone, getting to know each other, he asked me if I want to link up to go play pool. We link up. So that's technically, I won't call it our first date because it was just really like on some last minute, like, hey, what you doing tonight? Are you free? Do you want to go play pool type shit? And I was like, sure. So we go play pool, and everything was cool. The vibes were cool. We were getting to know each other. I'm not a good pool player, so he was like teaching me how to play, but it was a vibe. We had a good time. After that, he did ask me like, hey, if you're free this weekend, I want to take you on a date. So I'm like, cool. Just let me know the details. You know what I'm saying?
With the plan. We love it.
You know, figure it out. The weekend comes. He texts me, I'm going to take you here at this time, so, you know, be ready. So I'm like, cool. Love that. Love a man with a plan. I'm ready when you tell me to be ready. So he comes to pick me up. He has flowers. He's a real gentleman. Like, he gets out of the car. He's opening the doors for me. We get to the restaurant. He parks. He's like, don't touch that door handle. I'm coming to get you. He gets me out the car. He takes me in the restaurant, pulls out my chair. We're discussing, like, you know, what I'm going to eat, what he's going to eat, whatever. The waitress comes. He's ordering my food for me. He's like, oh, she'll have da-da-da. Love that. I love that. Anything that I needed in the restaurant, he's like hunting down the waitress, like, yeah, she needs this, she needs that. Like, it was all about me. Like, he was just so sweet, and so he seemed so selfless, and that's what really attracted me to him. The night ends. He takes me home. He's like, yeah, I'll text you later. You know, see you later. I had a great time. You know, hopefully you had a great time too, and maybe we can go on another date. So I'm like, cool, yeah, hit me later. We'll talk later or whatever. So now we're like a couple weeks into talking. I think we have been to like 2 or 3 more dates, but he's constantly bringing me flowers. He was off every Wednesday. So every Wednesday he was bringing me lunch. We were meeting up, or he was either bringing me lunch or we were meeting up for lunch for like a little lunch date, and everything was going smooth. Like, the vibes were so nice, and it felt good because my dating since being divorced has been a fucking disaster. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe there is, you know, light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm not gonna lie, after about a month, we're locked in. Like, we're seeing each other every single day at this point. Like, he's either coming to my place after work or I'm going to his place after work. Okay. We're doing dinner all the time. Like, we're cooking or we're going out. On the weekends, we're hanging out when he's off work. And like, we're locked in. Like, that's my man. Like, we're in love. I see no red flags. This man has me in my softest soft girl era ever. Like, I told y'all, he's a gentleman. He opens every door. We go out places. I'm not carrying no bags. I'm not doing nothing. I used to get off work and I would like come to his place after work. He would take my boots off. He would cook. He would do everything. He would clean. I wouldn't have to do anything. It's like on the days where I'm at his house, like I'm doing nothing. I'm coming in the house and I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm doing nothing. Like I'm just relaxing. When it was time for me to like get up and like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go take a shower real quick, you know, I'll be back. He would go and like set the mood for me in the bathroom. So he had these LED lights. He would like turn them on pink because pink is my favorite color. He would turn the shower on for me. He would make sure I had a new rag and a new washcloth. He would make sure I had everything that I needed. He would get the stuff like out of my bag that I brought from my place and like make sure it's all set up in the bathroom so that I didn't have to like, you know, be looking for nothing. Everything is where I needed to be. When I'm in the shower, he would put my towel in the dryer and he would be like, tell me before you get out so I can bring you your towel and it's warm when you get out the shower. Like, this man was, in my eyes,
showing off and doing too much.
In my eyes, this man could do no motherfucking wrong. He could
That's
do
great. My ex used to do
wrong.
that. So,
I am not exaggerating when I said that this man treated me good. He would rub my feet every night. I remember one time I mentioned this lip gloss that I bought. Matter of fact, it was topicals. I love topicals. Anyways, I bought a topical lip gloss and I lost it at a concert. And I just kept saying, like, oh my God, I freaking am so mad that I lost my lip gloss. Like, it was so good. It was my first time ever trying it. I loved it so much. I should have bought more than one, blah, blah, blah. And I came home from work one day and he had the freaking lip gloss for me. Like, he didn't even ask me where I got it from. He didn't even say anything to me. He literally, I guess, just Googled it, found it, went and got it, and was like, you know, here, because you keep bringing it up, so I wanted to get you another one because you lost it. Like, he was just so thoughtful and, like, selfless, and I had to study. I remember, like, the times where I had to study for, like, these exams and stuff that I had, and he would, like, set, like, the mood for me to study and, like, leave me alone, make sure there was, like, nothing else that I had to worry about. Also, when I was there, like, I was away from my kids, so he would always, like, it reassured me that, like, I was being a good mom, even though I was away. Like, this man was sweeping me off my damn feet. He also wasn't one of those guys where, like, oh, I'm gonna take you on a date, let's just go to dinner. Like, we did picnics, we did like little games and stuff at the house. Like, he was so like thoughtful and cute. Like, he was teaching me how to play spades. Don't come for me. So like, we would have like little nights where we would just like sit in the house and he would teach me how to play cards. Like, he was just so thoughtful and we always had so much fun. So I was just like madly in love with this man. So when I was there, he introduced me to like a bunch of his friends, and they had a trip planned for one of the friends' birthday. So it was supposed to be like a little couples trip because most of his friends were like married or like in a relationship. And he was like, do you want to be my plus one? Because mostly everybody that's going is like booed up anyway. So I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like, you know, let me know when and let me know what I need to do or when we're leaving or whatever. Just let me know the details and I'll go with you. So the week of the trip, it's a Wednesday. I'm at work and I can't have my phone, so my phone is like away or whatever. I couldn't have my phone, I think, for like 30 to 40 minutes. I come back to my phone, I kid y'all not, I had like maybe 10 to 15 Instagram messages from his baby mama.
Oh Lord.
So I step away from work and I am reading these messages and I am literally like, my heart is racing because I'm like,
that perfect for real.
Baby mama, what do you mean, baby mama? Like, I've been talking to this man now for over a month or maybe a month and a couple days or whatever. I've never seen him talk to a child. He obviously told me he didn't have any fucking kids. And I've been to his house. There's no toys there. There's no baby clothes. Like, what do you mean, baby mama? She sent me everything I needed to know in, like, all her first little correspondence. Like, she didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like, she was like, bam, 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 like, back to back to back to back, like, bomb dropping, bomb dropping, bomb dropping. I'm reading this, and I'm just like, what in the fuck? She doubled down and made sure that I didn't have no questions because she sent pictures of him. She sent pictures of the baby. She sent pictures of all three of them together. So it's not like he could ever be like, no, I don't know, this lady's crazy. No, she sent me every little piece of evidence and receipt that I needed. She even sent me like a side by side. I want to say it was like a picture of him and like a picture of the daughter. And she was like, look at the comparisons. Like, this is his child. Don't let him fucking lie and say that it's not his fucking child. So at this point, I'm going crazy. Now, mind you, this is a Wednesday when he brings me lunch. So I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, like, we're not going to start going crazy through the phone. We're going to wait until he brings you fucking lunch, bitch. And we're going to confront this man. We're going to ask him, like, who the fuck is your baby mama? And I thought you said you didn't even have no motherfucking kids. So what the fuck is this? So
Right.
it was probably like maybe that happened like maybe an hour or two before he brings me lunch. So you know that shit is my blood is boiling. Like I'm still trying to talk to him regular, and I'm just like, dog, hurry up, lunchtime come on. He keep asking me like, what do you for lunch? And really I just want to be like, nigga, I don't want no food. Just bring your motherfucking ass here because we got some shit to talk about. Part 2 of how I fell in love with the Lion King. So in part 1, I explained how he was bringing me lunch every Wednesday because he was off. And let me just read one of the messages. Like, it's really short, but I found the screenshot from like when he first initially started bringing me lunches. Like, he was just so fucking sweet. Like, he asked me, oh, can I bring you lunch tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so on Tuesday night, I'm gonna assume, I think this was like on Monday, but he texted me, it was like, so on Tuesday night, I need all your orders in my phone, LOL. And then he like spaced down in the same message, and it was like, I just cherish the ground that you walk on. So where I left off was when I got back to my phone from work, while I was at work and I didn't have my phone, whatever, I had messages from his baby mama. So the first message literally says, hello, do you conversate with this guy? And then it's like she's replying to my story, and she did it 3 times, like to 3 different stories. Hello, do you conversate with this guy? Hello, do you conversate with this guy? Then she sends a picture. Then she's like, hello, do you conversate with him? Hi, do you conversate with him? And she just keeps sending that. Keep sending that. Then she says, I'm just asking. I'm the mother of one of his children, and I was told something different from him. That's why I asked. So mind you, I don't have my phone. So she's just writing me, sending me all these screenshots of like text messages between them two. And then after she sends me like 10, 15 screenshots, she says, I don't want him. He's off my hands now. That's the lie that he's going to hit you with. Maybe you can help. She says his name, the 32-year-old manipulator. Do right by his kids and get off child support. 32. This man told me he was 28. So I found the screenshot of when he told me how old he was. He said, I'm 28. I'll be 29 on blank. He says his birthday. Then he says, when's your birthday? No, I don't have any kids. I was engaged. My ex had a son though, so it was an amazing experience dating someone with a kid. Excuse me? Who the fuck lies about their motherfucking age? So, mind you, I'm at work. It's Wednesday, the day that he brings me lunch. So we're talking and like we're texting back and forth because literally, like I said, we text and we talk all day. So we're texting. He's saying that he's going to go pick up my food, telling me what time he's going to be there, blah, blah, blah. I'm playing it cool because I'm like, I have to ask this man in his face because what in the fuck? I cannot put this in a text message because one, I know, man, I put that in a text message. First of all, I'm not getting no lunch, and I was hungry. So I'm like, let me just not even say nothing because I want my food, and then I can ask him in person, and if he lies to my face, he's a psycho. So he comes, I get in the car, I get my food, and then we're like chopping it up, and like I'm playing it cool. He's telling me about like what he did earlier in the day, like he went to the mall, he did all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, what's wrong? Because he asked me something that he texted me, and I was just kind of like, oh, I don't even know. He's like, did you read my messages? And I'm like, yeah, I just got a lot going on today. Today's like a crazy day. And he's like, oh, like, what's up? He's like, your face is turning red. Like, what's wrong? Because I'm hot. I'm about to blow, nigga. And so I'm like, I got a question. Do you know somebody named blank? And I say his baby mama name. And he's like, no. And I'm like, so you don't know anybody named blank? He's like, no. And he's like, well, I know a lot of girls, but no, like, what's up with her? I'm like, so you don't have a baby mama named blank? And he's like, no, but I have an ex named blank. So at the time, I didn't know that I was confusing. Like, when I asked him, I was confusing, like, his baby mama's name and his daughter's names, like, up because they're very close. So when he said that he didn't know or he didn't have a baby mama name, whatever the first name was that I said, I asked him about his daughter's name. I'm like, well, do you have a baby mama named this? And he's like, no. And I'm like, so why did somebody write me today saying that she's your baby mama and you guys have a child together? And he said, you're gonna have to ask her. So then I asked him again, do you have kids? And he's like, no. And I'm like, are you sure? And he says, positive. And I'm like, I'm stunned. And then he even doubles down, y'all. He's like, you have 2 kids. So if you told me that you have 2 kids, then why wouldn't I just be comfortable telling you about my kids? Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm with you when you write, my boy, because I'm trying to figure out why you didn't tell me you have kids if I have kids. Like, what? So then I'm like, so why did this girl write me saying this if none of this is true? And he's like, first he says, I don't know. But then he kind of like gets to stumbling over his words. And he's like, well, you know why she wrote you? Because she's my ex and she's mad that I don't want to be with her. She literally writes every single girl that I end up talking to. She stalks my Instagram. And then every time I get a new girl follower, she writes the girl follower and she does this every single time. Like this, she's been doing this since my ex-fiance. I even asked him, like, well, who is this baby? Like, this little girl that she's trying to say is yours. Like, whose child? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, you're just going to have to ask her. You're going to have to ask her about the child. And I'm like, well, God damn it. I'm going to ask about the fucking child. So at this point, I'm still like, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around everything he's saying. Like, and I'm like, why am I asking her? Like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm asking her, but right now I'm asking you. So like, I'm like, well, why am I asking her? Like, well, I'm trying to ask you, like, you, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He's like, this girl literally just wrote another girl that I used to talk to, that I just stopped recently talking to, and said the same thing to her. Like, I don't know why she's doing this. Well, I mean, I think she's just doing this because she's mad because I don't want to talk to her. So then he tries to say like, oh, and like, well, I know she's recently mad because like once I started talking to you and fucking with you, like I cut everybody off because I'm feeling you. So, you know, I didn't want to talk to nobody else. So now she's just mad and she's just DMing every single girl that I just recently followed or like that is a recent follower of mine. And she's just like making up all these lies and telling them. Now, mind you, this man's Instagram is private. So you are allowing her to follow you to stalk your followers because you can't see somebody's Instagram followers unless you're following, like unless you allow them to follow you if your page is private. So you know that she's doing this, but you're letting her follow you. That's okay. Like that was a little crazy for me. But at the time, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I didn't give a fuck about none of that. I'm just trying to figure out, why are you telling me you don't have no kids? And this lady is sitting here hounding me about you being her baby daddy. So I haven't even gotten to the point of him lying about his age. Like, I haven't even got to the point to be like, okay, so also, why are you 32? But I'm still stuck on this. Like, why would you lie about having kids? Like, this is crazy. So he basically shuts it down saying like, you know, if you want to know anything else, like if you have any other questions about this baby or anything, like you gonna have to talk to her. Like that's not my child. I already told you that. I ain't gonna nothing else to say. Like that's just what it is. Now, mind you, up until this point, this man has been super sweet, super gentle, like very open, you know, can have a conversation. But when I tell you this conversation, that man shut me down. He was basically like, yeah, I'm not saying nothing else about this. So like, what else do you have? Like his whole demeanor changed. He was not this like soft, gentle, like nice person that I know. This man had an attitude. He was very like stern. He was very just like, yeah, bitch, we're not talking about this no more. Like he didn't say that, but like his demeanor came off like very like mean and like an attitude. So I'm on top of being like, damn, is this nigga lying? I don't know what the fuck going on. And then on top of this, now you're acting guilty as fuck. So we're in the car, and then like basically after he's kind of like, well, what else do you have? I'm like, I don't have anything else, because at this point I'm like not scared that he's gonna do something to me, but I'm scared because you just lied to my face. Like you're a liar. Like I'm literally seeing you go from like black to white. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like night and day. Like your whole shit just switched up on me. Like I literally watched the nigga switch up on me right in front of my face, and it was terrifying. So I just grabbed my food and I'm like, well, you know, thanks for the food. Yeah. And I just get out the car. Now, let me say this. From the moment that girl said I'm his baby mama, she was sending me pictures of him with her and the baby, I want to say she even sent me like a side by side of the baby and him. So like I knew for a Fendi fact that this was his daughter, because this little girl looked just like him. So, you know, I get my lunch, I go to my car, I'm sitting in my car, I'm eating my lunch, and then he sends me like this long ass message, and he's basically saying like, pick a side. Like either you're gonna believe what this bitch is saying and you're gonna, you know, go investigating with her, or you're gonna still keep fucking with me, but you gotta pick a side. Like literally the end of his message says, I'll let the clowns enjoy the circus and simply remove myself, because like I told her I'm at too much peace right now for the bullshit, so pick a side. So I call him because I'm like, pick a side? Nigga, do you have kids or what? Like, what do you mean? You can't just be like, I said I don't have kids, so believe me and fucking what the fuck? So I call him, and then he texts me immediately back and says, on the phone with my mama. So I'm like, okay, well, just call me back when you get on the phone. And he's like, respond to my text. I don't want to talk because I may say something I don't mean. Again, this man was very open, could talk and all that, blah, blah, blah. Now he don't want to fucking talk. So I'm like, well, you know, we can just talk later in person because I just don't feel like this is the conversation that we should have in text messages. So I also responded to him. It was kind of like, you know, I don't really like your response or like the way you're trying to go about this on the like pick the whole side thing, because I feel like, one, you can't just say no and then think, oh, okay, yeah, my man's not lying. No. Like you have some explaining to do. So I'm like, you know, let's just talk later, like in person, and you know, we can get to the bottom of this. And I feel like, you know, you got a couple of hours to like get off work so that you can figure out how you're going to kick it to me and tell me the truth. Part 3 of how I fell in love with the lying king. So after I confront him in the car about him having kids, he leaves. And like I said, in the last part, he told me basically like I have to pick a side. And I'm like, well, he texts me that. He texts me like as soon as he drives off, he's like, you're basically gonna have to pick a side. And I'm like, well, we should just talk in person because like, no. So he's like, basically he's trying to avoid me. He's like, we need to figure this out right now. Like, I'm about to read the message that he said, I'm just not with the drama. I like where I'm at. I don't care about screenshots. Oh, because I screenshotted like where she was like, maybe you could help blank the 32-year-old manipulator get off child support or whatever she said. And he's like, I don't care about screenshots. If you're doing all that, then you have picked a side. You can't guilt trip me by sending me these things and trying to make me say what you want me to say. There's no gray area with me. I told you what it was, and it's up to you to tell me where we stand. Very simple. What? Now, let me just go ahead and say, like, I know y'all are probably like, well, girl, fuck him. He lied. He got kids. You know he got kids. You can see da-da-da-da. Yes, I know. This is where my dumbassness comes in because I'm just like, I'm shook because, again, this man has been perfect. Like, and at this point, I should have known, like, it was, like, too good to be true because he was just, like, such a freaking good man. So I text him back and I'm like, well, we could just talk when I get off. And he's like, well, after I leave the gym, I'll let you know when you can come get your stuff. We can just go our separate ways again. I'm not with the drama and letting you or her bring it to me. So I'm like, you lied to me? You trying to dump me? So we do end up going back and forth for like the rest of the day that I'm at work. And he's basically just saying like, he don't want to talk to me. Like, I basically already picked a side. I'm doing too much. Like, he just starts like flipping the fucking script on me. So right before I get off work, now mind you, like I said, you know, every day I'm either going to meet him at the gym where he's playing basketball or like going like straight to his place, or like as soon as I get off work, if he's off work, like he's coming to my place and we're like figuring out dinner. Like, this has been our normal routine. I have stuff at his house, he has stuff at my house. Like, so I'm about to get off work and I'm just like, you know what? We will talk in person. And y'all, he is avoiding me. He texts me and he's like, I told you to pick a side. I know what this is. If you would have chilled and let it play out, you would have saw what's up. I was going to have my mom call you, but instead you entertained it. So with that being said, I removed myself. She did this with my ex, but it didn't work. So I reward disloyalty with distance. That's all. So I have no interest to continue to talk to you. No one is mad at you. No bad blood. I'm just good on you. The motherfucking nerve. So again, I'm like, nigga, you lied to me. You bamboozled me. I'm coming to ask you about some girl that's writing me, telling me about you and your kids, and you want to talk, you're good on me? You reward this loyalty with whatever the fuck he said. I'm just like, nigga, like, what? So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, so do you have kids? It's like, is that why you're trying to just like end it because you're like, damn, I got kids, fuck. Now I'm over with it. You know what I'm saying? So then he sends me like a really long ass message, and he's like, you were sending me screenshots. It shouldn't even got this far. Like, if somebody would have DM'd me and said something about you, I would have even responded. I would have just deleted it and blocked them because they're just trying to steal our joy. Nigga, if I told you I didn't have no fucking kids and then my baby daddy messaged you, or my ex messaged you saying like, yeah, that's my baby mama and da-da-da-da, you would not block it and just be like, oh yeah, whatever, I'm not worried about that. You know, nigga, you would be like, bitch, you got kids, why the fuck you didn't tell me? Like, you would be in the same boat as me. You'd be trying to figure out why the fuck I lied to you. So I get off work and I'm calling him and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna meet you at your place. Like, even if I'm just coming to get my stuff, that's cool, but like, just meet me at your place and I'm gonna get my shit. Y'all, why I'm driving to this man's house and I'm driving this way to go to his house, I'm about to turn like I'm driving straight and then there's a turn to go to his neighborhood. I'm about to turn to go to his neighborhood and I see this nigga driving in the opposite direction. So I'm calling him again. Now, mind you, like, again, usually when I get off work and I'm calling him, like, we stay on the phone until I get to wherever I'm going or whatever. Like, we're always talking. But he would not stay on the phone with me. Like, he wasn't being, like, too rude or whatever, but he was just like, all right, yeah, like, come get your stuff, like, whatever, like, yeah, I'll be here, da-da-da. So we're off the phone, but I see him driving in the opposite direction. So then I'm calling him, and I'm like, calling him, he's not picking up. So I'm still driving to the crib because I'm like, whatever, I'm still going to the house. So I go to his house, I park, and I'm blowing him up. I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you be going in the wrong direction? Like, why are you going in the opposite direction? So I'm calling him, texting him. He's not answering. So he finally texted me. He said, your stuff is outside. Y'all, this man put my shit in a garbage bag and put my shit outside. I was pissed. So then I go like and get my stuff or whatever, and I'm in the car and I'm like blowing this nigga shit up because I'm like, at this point now I want to fight. Like, earlier I was trying to be understanding and I wanted to talk, but now I want to beat your ass because why would you put my shit outside? And I'm talking, I had like sneakers, clothes, like I had shit over there. He put my shit outside. I was pissed. So I'm blowing him up. Of course he's not answering. The nigga done went somewhere. I don't even know where the fuck he went. So I think I only stayed out there for maybe like 10-15 minutes, and then I ended up calling my best friend, and I'm pissed. I'm going to fuck off. I'm like, this nigga, he lied. He got kids. He's not even 28. This nigga 32. Like, what the fuck else could he possibly have lied to me about? Like, he was so perfect, blah, blah, blah. I go home, and I'm just like distraught. Like, my heart is broken because, y'all, I thought he was the love of my life. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I just knew I found me one, and I was fucking wrong. So obviously didn't talk to him again. The next day, I just could not stop thinking about that shit. I didn't like hit him up anymore. Like, he didn't talk to me anymore either, but I just could not stop thinking about that shit. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. The nigga, I'm not talking to the nigga no more. So I'm about to hit the baby mama up. We about to get to the bottom of this shit. So while I'm at work, I message her on Instagram and I'm like, hey, like, what's your number? Because I'm going to call you later. So she sends me her number. And when I get off work, I call her. So she's basically telling me that, they obviously have a child together, that they just recently started talking again because they didn't talk to each other for like a year. He was only communicating to their daughter. And she's basically saying like, you know, he came. So this was this year. So this is 2024. So she's basically saying like he went to back home, like where they're from, for his birthday, which is in November. And then he went down there again for Christmas. So then after he went down there for Christmas, I guess that's when they started communicating again because he was saying that he wanted his family back. Oh, this is also important. The baby mama at first was really cool. Like, she was just answering all my questions. She was giving me all the information. Like, she was just telling me, you know, everything that I was wanting to know. Like, she was very open. She was very, like, honest from what I could tell. She was very nice. She was sweet. She wasn't rude. She didn't have no attitude. Like, we was really just having, like, a cool conversation. So she said that he came for Christmas, and so Christmas of last year, was saying like, you know, he wanted his family. Now she did say like before in their prior relationship, like he was manipulative and like she knows about all the stuff that he did, but she was like, this time it seemed different. It seemed genuine. Like he was really changing. He was putting action behind his words. So she was kind of like going along with it. Also, this is going to be important, like towards the end, she was saying like, you know, her daughter really loves her dad and like that he's a good dad and that she really wants them to like be together. Like she loves her mommy and her daddy together, you know, normal shit, but just remember that. She also said that they were talking about having another baby because he knew that she wanted another baby, and she was kind of like on some like, I don't want to have two baby daddies, so you know, if we could work it out and be a family, like I want to have another baby, so like let's figure this out so we can, you know, have our family, have another baby, you know, do us. So after she's done explaining all of that, I'm like, okay, girl, cool. So does he have like more kids besides your daughter? This lady came out her mouth. You know what? I really want to play because I was recording a conversation. I hope I don't go to jail. But I really want to play y'all my reaction when this lady answered my question when I asked her, do he have other kids? So let me just say this. At the time, I was only recording a conversation because I have a really bad memory. So like I knew that me and her would have probably been talking for a while and I wouldn't be able to remember everything. And because it was on the phone, like I wouldn't have nothing else to reference. You know, just receipts. You know how we are. We keep receipts. So I really was only recording a conversation at first because I'm like, I need to go back and listen to this so I could be like remembering what the fuck she said. Your daughter?
Yeah.
How many kids?
He has 6 baby mamas.
This girl
said he had 6 baby mamas.
You said what, Miss Girl? She said he had 6 kids by 6 different women, and like they all follow each other, and they all like get their kids together, and everybody knows everybody, and it's just one big motherfucking Brady bunch. She even was on the phone trying to like keep going, and I'm like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Pause. What? Like, you gotta you know that sound where it's like, put your clothes back on, cause I need to ask you about. It was like that moment, like, ma'am, hold on, we gotta sit at this for a minute. 6 kids by 6 different women from a man who told me he didn't have one.
The minute she started saying that he was doing all of this, going above and beyond, I just knew it was some bullshit. Because when they do all of that like that, it's because they got something to hide. Because how are you doing all of this for some girl that you just met and then conveniently forgot to mention your kids? 6 of them. What is going on? I am so over men nowadays, because what? How do you forget to mention your children? Sir, I'm so confused. I'm so confused with all this story, because what is going on? What do you mean you're doing all of this, even going as far as like heating up her towel, which I love, okay? I love a man who is very attentive and is doing all of this, but how do you go from that to forgetting to tell her that you have children? Oh, Lord.